Well, I respond to a good story intuitively, and so I wasn't back in the 1970s. I wasn't at all looking to do a movie on the Civil War. That wasn't where I was at. I just responding to various input and various stimuli. Like any filmmaker, I want to tell this story, I want to tell that story, I want to visit this place, I want to explore this world, I want to live in this place. And my former wife, wife number two, Victoria, thought I might like to read this book called The Killer Angels. I think I read it in 77, and somewhere around there. And I knew before I was halfway through the book that it was just a great read, great characters, great story, and it just excited me as a filmmaker. And by the time I finished it, I got in touch with my agent and started to acquire the rights. That was 78. So in 78 I acquired the rights to the book and met Michael Shara and started the long journey that took 15 years from the time I read it to the time it became a motion picture. Michael traveled through Gettysburg when his kids were young, and that visit made an impression on him. And that visit is what prompted him to then research the battle and write that novel. There's really nothing like it in the rest of his artistic output. But it was, when it came out, even though it won a Pulitzer Prize for fiction, it didn't sell that well, and he found it the response to it, even though it did win awards, it was not commercially what he'd expected. So it was a disappointment for him in that sense. The timing maybe didn't work for him because when it came out in the mid-70s, the country was fresh out of the Vietnam War, and people just had enough of war. I think it's like anything else with movie, timing of a movie or a book, timing. But it was recognized for its literary merit. And then during his lifetime, he never got additional kind of credit for I think, the quality of the writer that he is. He died in '88, so he didn't even live to see this Killer Angels turn into the motion picture Gettysburg. We developed a very close friendship over the years. He loved to sit around the piano and sing, as I do. And we would just open up the scores and get a good sight reader and go through, you name it, opera, operetta, musical comedy. But he had had a terrible automobile accident sometime in the years start to blur, but before I had met him, and that impaired his ability to write. So he, after that accident, creative writing for him became much more difficult than it was before, and he found it deeply frustrating because he had so many more stories he wanted to tell. And he left us in '88, so he never got to see the movie, and that was at that point one wondered whether it would ever be made. But he was a wonderful friend, and we had many great evenings around the piano.